Leave a like on this video in the next 5 seconds or this jutsu will give you bad luck for 56 years. I'm a broken man. Yo guys, what is up? It is CJ or Sorable bringing this video on my channel once again. Now in today's Krunker video, I'm going to be showing you how to become KPD, potentially. If you guys don't know what KPD is, it stands for Krunker Police Department. And to sum it up, it is in-game mod. In-game mods moderate the game, try to ban as many hackers as possible, and try to keep the servers pretty clean. And there's a lot of curiosity around how to become KPD. I've seen a ton of people asking how they can become KPD, and I'm going to be answering that in today's video. Now, real quick before we get into this video, as you guys know, we're getting ridiculously close to 100,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to help me hit 100,000 subscribers, please go ahead and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Never miss a Krunker video from your boy. Each and every subscriber helps a lot, and we're only like 6,000 away, so if you guys could help, it'd be very, very appreciated. And without further ado, let me show you how to become KPD in Krunker.io. So like I said, if you guys don't know what KPD is, it is Krunker Police Department, and there's actually two sides of the story. There's the KPD, like me, who actually moderate the game and report the calls, and then there's the people who are not on KPD who actually report the people. So if you're on KPD or not, you're actually still helping the game regardless. But if you guys want to be a little bit more involved and actually be a part of the KPD, I'm going to show you a few tips that might help you. So real quick, what KPD does is there's a little badge right here. Everybody has it, but if you're actually on the Krunker Police Department, you can see all of these potential hackers in games. We have the reporter and the reportees. As you guys can see, we have Black Dragon. They reported, "I'm a bot god 13. Immediately, this call is looking good, and I will explain why in a little bit. But we will go ahead and join this call, and we're going to click into the game. And as you guys can see in the top right there, it shows who the suspect is. And if you guys... Of course they left. Of course they left. And if you guys did not know, whenever you reply to these KPD calls, you're completely anonymous. They can't see you. They don't know who you are. You are simply there to find out if they are a hacker or not. So let's try to find another hacker that I can actually show an example of. This level 38 reported a level 12. So let's go ahead and join this. It's me, Ninja Blef. So as you guys can see, our suspect is Viper Fang. And what we're trying to do right now is to find out if they are a hacker or not. And as you guys can see at the bottom of the screen, we see, is suspect hacking? No or yes. And so far, at least to my knowledge, it does not look like this is hacks. He is missing a lot of shots, but it's also kind of locking on a little bit. But at the same time, you have to realize the Krunker spectate system is a little bit wonky. As of yet, he's not making any ridiculous flicks. He's not looking through walls, and he didn't even see that guess right there. So I'm going to guess that this guy is not hacking unless he just has aimbot. The way I KPD is I try to make sure something absolutely impossible happens before I say the person's hacking or not. Yeah, he's missing a ton of shots. I think this is just a really good player. I don't believe this is a hacker. So I'm gonna press in for no. Case submitted. We're done. As you guys can see, I got 5KR added to my account because every KPD call you reply to, you get 5KR. Now, before we go on, I want to just make this very, very clear. KPD is completely voluntary, which means you volunteer to be KPD, and you're technically not promised anything except the 5KR you get per call. Seen a lot of people in one of my old videos saying like, oh, I want to be KPD so I can be verified. And that's just not how that works. I guarantee a majority of the KPD members aren't verified. Whenever you sign up to become KPD, you are literally just trying to help out the game. You're not entitled to anything, and your main goal is just to help the game. Also, want to make it very, very clear, KPD is a temporary solution to a very big problem, and obviously that is hackers. KPD is in no way, shape, or form supposed to be anti-cheat, so just keep that in mind whenever you talk about KPD. Also, I see a lot of slander going on about KPD and how they never do anything, but again, I want to preface this is completely voluntary, which means we take the time out of our day to reply to calls and ban people. I can't sit here all day and be on KPD, and so can't everybody else. But besides being able to answer to KPD calls, you can also go into game, and if you find a hacker in-game, you can press Alt, and then whenever you press Alt, you should see these options, especially if you are KPD. Now, this button is to call KPD. I don't know why I have this option, but it's there. This is vote kick, which everybody also should have. And then if you are a part of the KPD, you should have this special button over here. Now, let's just say, for example, I think Howie Lewis is hacking. I would click this. I would either kick him, ban him, or flag him. Flagging is the hacker tag option, but that's only if I suspect this player is hacking. Now, that being said, let's just say that you think KPD is for you. How can you join KPD? Well, I'm going to give you a few tips on that. Obviously, on this account, I am KPD. I can see all of the active calls and I can see all of the ban log. But let's go ahead and get on my alt account, which is not KPD. And as you guys can see, we are already on it. We are altable. And let's go ahead and press this and see what it looks like whenever you are not KPD. So it shows this. It says the KPD allows you to combat and report hackers in the easier way. If you suspect there is a hacker in your current lobby, you can call for aid by pressing the KPD icon on the player list. Any active moderators will then be able to respond to your call from a list of active distress calls and deal with the hacker accordingly. So by the way, I just realized you do have to be level 50 in order to apply to KPD. But as you guys can see, if you want to be KPD, you have to have a Discord, which most people have a Discord nowadays. You can also pretty much enter a resume and explain why you would be a good fit. And then as you guys can see right here, we see 0 to 0 helpful reports. Now what that means is if you report a person and they're not hacking, you will not get a good report. But if you report somebody who is hacking and they, get hacker tagged, you will get a good report. So with that being said, you guys can look at the active calls and look at everybody's active reports. You can see this person up here and they have 9 out of 11 helpful calls. That means 9 out of the 11 calls they had were helpful. The 2 others were not so helpful. Then you can see this 1 of 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 0, 2 out of 3, etc. The higher your helpful report call rate is, the better, and the higher chance you have of getting KPD. So for example, these people down here probably have a very poor chance of being entered into KPD. So whenever you guys are calling KPD on specific players, make sure for certain they are hacking. Because if they are not, then it's just not going to help you at all. And it's also not helping us at all. Because you guys are going to be playing the game anyway, so if you are reporting active hackers all the time, your chances of becoming KPD are much higher. Let's just say you have 498 helpful calls out of 500, your chances of becoming KPD are almost inevitable. But let's just say that Nugo Pro has 1 out of 4 and he applies to KPD, it would be very unlikely he would become KPD. So whenever you guys are reporting hackers in Krunker, make sure that they are actually hacking. Now, obviously not every single KPD call gets answered to, and that's perfectly fine. But if you are reporting people who are not hacking, it's gonna make you look bad, it's just gonna waste our time. And also as a side tip, I'm much more likely to accept this call compared to these calls down here. And also, like I said at the very beginning of the video, I was more likely to answer that call than others because another thing that has kind of a factor to it is if a level 2 reports a level 180, that's just not going to look right. Someone who has level 180 and has numerous days played in this game is most likely not hacking. So for example, this 1 out of 2 level 32 reported this 59. I don't think that guy's hacking. Could be completely wrong for sure. But I'd much more likely answer this call that has 9 out of 11 helpful calls. They're level 81 and they're reporting a level 21. Doesn't take that long to become level 21, so it's very likely that this guy is hacking. So as you guys can see, this guy is hacking. I literally clicked in the game and before I could do anything, this person is hacked. So now we're going to ask, is the suspect hacking? The answer is yes. I'm going to press Y. Are you 100% sure? Yes. And the person was tagged and arrested by KPD. It is that easy, and I just got 5KR added to my account. And again, I want to preface this, you get nothing special for becoming KPD. You don't get verified, you don't get anything special at all. The reason you should become KPD is because you want to stop the hackers in game. The only perk I'd say to becoming KPD is then whenever someone's hacking in your game, you can stop it compared to waiting on KPD. And also for my last tip, I just want to talk about another thing I just touched on. As I said, I'm much more likely to respond to these higher helpful call rates. So I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to get higher helpful call rates and how to spot hackers. So unfortunately, there's a ton of different hacks in Krunker. There's aimbot, wall hacks, auto b-hop, etc. As you guys can see, this is level 2. And his name is O Smurfing. Realistically, this guy is probably just an experienced player on another account, but we're just going to keep on watching to make sure that he's not hacking. The way he's moving and shooting everything, it seems like he's just playing on an alt account. But you need to address if the player is hacking, whether it's they have aimbot or wall hack or anything of the sort. You can use aimbot without wall hacks. You can use wall hacks without aimbot. And pretty much what wall hacks looks like is when people are tracing people through walls when it's just not possible. Like this guy, if I were just to go like this and just be able to track him until he turn around and I went and just killed him immediately, that'd be wall hacks. And then aimbot is very obvious and straightforward. If I'm just sitting here and I go and kill them, that's aimbot. Or if I'm over here and I go and I shoot and I kill them, that's aimbot. Some hackers are very discreet and some are very obvious. But regardless of how discreet it is or isn't, make sure you guys don't report any hackers to KPD unless you are absolutely certain that they are hacking. Because like I said, if they aren't hacking, you're going to get a bad report on your record, which is going to hinder your chances at getting KPD. And honestly, that's all my tips on becoming KPD. It's very simple and quite straightforward. Obviously, the things I told you in this video do not guarantee you KPD, but if you have like 70,000 helpful calls out of 70,000, chances are you're going to be top dog in the KPD. But if you have like 15 out of 27 helpful calls, you're not guaranteed KPD. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's an application and it really doesn't guarantee you KPD, but these things I talked about in this video might help you eventually get there. Now that we've talked about it, let's go try to find some hackers and show off some examples of KPD in work. I don't know, there's a lot of good gaming chairs out there, so let's just look around. That looked a little bit sus. Got a nuke. He's level 1. This realistically probably his first game on, but maybe he's just really good at the game. You never know, dude. And that's the thing. Even though those shots were pretty sus, I'm not going to go out on my way to say he's hacking until I for sure know. I want to see something almost impossible before I call him a hacker. Like, I think he has wall hacks since he just tracked that person through the wall. Yeah, that is most definitely aimbot, and that is hacking. And our boy was arrested by the KPD. Okay, I was trying. So the 0 to 0 caller level 64, report is level 44. Let's check it out. So this guy's on crossbow, and crossbow is honestly pretty hard to detect if they are hacking or not, just because crossbow is pretty unpredictable in its own, and he's missing numerous pretty easy shots, so I'm going to go on a limb and say he's not hacking. But honestly, I'm not certain on it, so I'm not going to say he is a hacker or isn't a hacker. 5 out of 6 level 27, reported level 27. Very interesting. Let's check it out. So Vorton 7 is apparently hacking. Let's check this out. He so far is not doing anything too sus. No, I don't think he's hacking. Typically, it's pretty easy to tell when someone's hacking or not, but as I explained at the very beginning of the video, it's completely anonymous whenever you join the game. So this guy has no idea that I'm watching him right now, and he has no idea that KPD is in his game. Pro tip, by the way, if you do call KPD on a player you suspect is hacking, don't say in chat, I called KPD on you, because realistically, they're going to turn off their hacks and it's going to be undetected by the mods. This guy is missing a lot of shots, and realistically, I don't think he's hacking. He's not doing anything super hacker worthy. Like, he's not doing that great in the game, to be honest with you. I just don't think he's hacking. And that is pretty much how to become KPD in Krunker.io. Now, I just want to make this clear, just because you did all of these things doesn't guarantee you KPD. This is something that the developer of the games give you eventually if they trust you enough. Nothing is honestly guaranteed, so don't be expecting it. But like I said at the very beginning of the video, you guys reporting the hackers to KPD is also very helpful. You guys are helping your community in the game, and it is very appreciated. But all said and done, I hope you guys get KPD. If I had to say one more thing, and it's not super important and it doesn't really mean much, but having a healthy vouch for your KPD resume might help a little bit. Like, if Hey I'm Zed thinks that you're an amazing player and thinks that you'd be a really good contribution to the KPD, that might help you get in, it might not. But I hope this video did help you. If you guys found this video helpful at all, please leave a like on this video. Like I said, if you guys don't, you're gonna get like 56 years of bad luck. That's a long time. But let me know in the comments down below why you guys want to be KPD. I see a lot of people wanting to become KPD, and I think sometimes it's for the wrong reasons, because like I said, at the end of the day, you're really just trying to moderate the game and make the game a better play space for everybody. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and I hope I went over everything. Sorry content's been kind of weird. I've just been really busy and stressed out with life and everything like that, and these videos are much easier to make compared to the normal gameplay videos. So I just want to say sorry the content's been a little bit odd as of recently, but I hope you guys are still enjoying it. But I think that about does it on how to become KPD in Krunker.io. Thank you guys so much for watching this video once again, and as always, it's been your boy CJ or Sorable. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.